put it close.
We need to do here.
I know you need to sit back right now.
How's that?
Go down a little bit.
Go down a little bit. I'm down as far as I can go. Oh, you mean like this? Starting a little early, folks. We'll make sure we've got good connection. It may get really windy. I'm hoping it ain't. We want to be outside today.
I'm getting on there right now.
We're about 6 minutes early, but it says that we are streaming, so hopefully it does all right. Hey, Leslie's in there. Hey, Les, how you? Jules here. Jules in the house. Leslie's in the house. We have been working on a project here the past few days. You will see the videos coming up hopefully Monday. I got one more ahead of this one. And then probably maybe Wednesday, Friday next week, you'll see the project we've been working on. Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. I can actually read. Oh, Leslie says, doing great and enjoying the sunshine. Awesome. Josh is in the house. Good day from Australia. Hey, Josh. Appreciate you being here, brother. We've been working on a project and we finally got it. We think it's pretty decent right now, so we will take and show you the video and then we'll talk about it next week. I lost a bunch of footage. I was editing videos last night, lost a bunch of footage, so I'm not sure. I'm just gonna have to kind of piece it together, so it'll work out, I think. Hopefully. So tonight we're going to talk about timeless fence. We're going to be talking about what everybody wants to talk about, which is the virus, the fungus among us. Virus and funguses are two different things. Cool. Yeah, we've had pretty nice weather here today. It's been really nice. We've been out enjoying it. I've even got a
Farmer's tan.
Farmer's tan. It's still windy enough that I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt, and it gets cool. There's periods of time during the day when it gets cool and then it gets hot. So got 4 people in the house. If you come in, make sure you hit the thumbs up and make sure you take and drop a line, let us know what's going on. And I got Polly's phone I can take and watch. It's been
In the 70s.
I don't have to look up there. It's in the 70s here. Awesome. Yeah, it's been in the 70s here today. It's been really awesome. But there's times during the day where if the sun gets behind the clouds, it gets chilly. So if you don't wear a long sleeve shirt, you can get chilled pretty quick. Hopefully a few more folks will jump in. Like I said, I'm a little early, about 3 minutes. I never know how my connection's going to be, so I always jump in early to make sure that we got good connection. But we got a house full of kids right now. One of our nephews over here, and Anna and George are inside, and God only knows what they're doing.
They're eating.
They're cooking food and eating. Yeah. Two 18, 19-year-old boys. They're going to eat us out of house and home. So, what do you got? You got sweet tea. I got sweet tea and lemonade.
I got sweet tea.
I think it's more sweet tea than it is lemonade. Josh says we're getting nice days here, but finally getting some cooler weather. Yeah, it's heading into summer or winter for you, ain't it, Josh? It's backwards. Everybody don't know it. New Zealand and Australia, their winter is our summer, and our summer is their winter. I think I said that twice. Either way, it switched. Yep. So tonight, I'm going to talk about Timeless Fence. I'm going to talk about the product, some of the history. A lot of people, when they look at products out there today that they're going to try and sell, I've talked about side hustles a few weeks ago, and I'm going to be talking about this product because it's really important, like I said a couple weeks ago, to know your product. And I want to kind of give folks a history of Timeless Fence. It's not just a product that, I came by, recently. We've got a history with this product. We've got a history with the owners of the company and the owners before these owners. So we've done quite a bit of work with them. And I want to talk to folks about that. But I'm gonna move this camera just a little bit, guys. Hopefully it don't jump out of its socket. There we go. Get a little bit more of my beautiful wife in there.
She's trying to hide.
She's trying to hide over here in the corner. She don't like being on this live stream, but tonight I talked her into it. Oh, so what's everybody been doing in the quarantine? The quarantine. We've been doing pretty much what we've always been doing. Get up, take kids to work, one or both of them, go feed horses.
Pick the kids back up.
Go pick them back up. Cook out. We cooked out last night. Tried it, Troy. Some will do working and eating. About what I've been eating more than usual though. I've put on a few pounds and it's only been a week.
Since he lost his job.
Since I lost my job on Friday. Just about everything we did before. Yeah. I've been eating 3 good meals a day, sometimes 4. And the yards has been busy in the garden. Yep. I've done a little bit of that. I've been mulching trees around the homestead, the RV park. I wish I was on the homestead. Homestead's always right there in the back of my mind, so Homestead comes out of my mouth about 10 times a day. I've got one more set of trees right here. We're outside. I've got one more set of trees that I've got to mulch, and I've got to do some serious rearranging because they're in gravel. I don't know about that, but anyway.
Cheers.
I have what did you say?
So, anyways, cheers.
Cheers. I'm gonna take a drink now. We've been busy around here. I've taken and cleaned up around here quite a bit. Mulched trees. We've been getting ready for the fencing weekend next. Not next weekend. The weekend after that. We're 2 weeks out. We're 2 weeks out from going to over next to Kingman, and we're going to be helping out Blissful Acres Off-Grid Homestead. Is that right? Blissful Acres Off-Grid Homestead. I don't do too good with 4 names. I better remember my 3. But we're 2 weeks out on that, and so far I think it's all a go. I've got my own ideas about this virus. I've been listening to some pathologists, and I've been listening to some doctors, not people on the media, not media twisted video clips of people talking, but actual pathologists who've sat down and talked about this, and doctors who've talked about this. And as far as I can tell, they're credible. I mean, I've done some background work into them. They're not social media experts. They are actual doctors and pathologists. And some of the claims that the media and the government has said about this virus, I'm not too sure is correct. I'm just saying. I think people are dying. But when you look at the numbers, I don't know if those numbers are correct. Particularly here in this state. And we have people sick. And there's been some people die, but they're testing. So here's the linchpin. I just want to talk about this a minute. here's the linchpin. Everybody is taking the tests as fact. When have we ever taken any test, even a pregnancy test, as fact? You take a pregnancy test, you don't go running around telling everybody that you're pregnant. Maybe your husband or your, or somebody close to you, but you go to the doctor, right? You want a blood test drawn. So we are relying on this information that the media is giving us.
John's in the house.
Hey, John. We're relying upon the media's information about these tests. We don't even know if these tests are reliable. I mean, where did these tests come from? Were they all developed now because we have figured out we've got COVID-19? I mean, they can't even get respirator. I mean, let's look at it from a perspective of just reality here. They can't even get N95 masks. They can't even get respirators to hospitals, and yet they're testing people with tests that are testing for what? Coronavirus? The cold is a coronavirus. So if they're testing for people and they're testing positive for a cold, half the country's probably got a cold.
Sure.
Hoax virus to control everyone. I don't think that they are correct numbers because each state gets money based on how many cases they have. Exactly. And then there's some people falsifying, like in Connecticut. I don't know if you guys watch Candace Owens. I watched a little bit of her, and she said that there is information coming out of Connecticut saying that there was no baby that died. The government has always lied. Now they're telling the truth. Yeah, well, there you go. But I mean, if we look at it from a perspective, not a jaded perspective, but just a perspective, okay, let's look at reality. Where did all these tests come from? Are they specialized for COVID-19? I mean, and they're rushing them through these labs. I mean, if you look under a microscope, every coronavirus the corona means crown, and everybody, I hope everybody's looked at it and seen what the coronavirus looks like. It's basically it's a sphere with things sticking out of it that look like kind of like golf ball tees, I guess you could say, or it looks like a toy I once had when I was a kid that we used to sling against the window and it would walk down the window with all those suction cups on it. They already had them. Yeah, they already had them for the coronavirus, for COVID-19. I don't know. I'm telling you. Yeah, people are dying. I'm not downplaying the fact that people are dying. I'm not downplaying the fact that in Italy a lot of people are dying. But most of those people, from the reports that we're getting, they would have died in a year anyway. When you go back and you talk to people that are in Italy, see, I do a lot of research. I spend a lot of time, maybe more time than I should, researching and getting on websites, and it's a wonder the NSA hasn't come to my house. But when you take and you look at these reports, these people, and I've talked to other people out there in the industry, in the hospitals, and they're applying COVID-19 to a whole bunch of people that probably never had it. They came into the hospital and they had a fever, they had a cough, they were wheezy in their breath, and they got COVID-19. They die of the situation that brought them in there, and now all of a sudden it's a coronavirus case. I just don't get it. Yep, I reckon this is a biological weapon, he says. Yeah, I don't, like I said, I don't know. I don't know. I've got kids coming out here. They don't want to get on camera, so they're walking around the other way.
I do.
Well, come on over here. Come on over here.
Say hi.
Say hi. Just lean in there and say hi.
Word.
That's Mondo. That's our nephew. Our Aunt Jules on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And John's on
And John's on there.
Right now?
Yeah, they're on there.
Say hello.
Midlife. Hello. Hey,
Hello.
Pam. Pam or Brian or both of you.
Hello.
Mondo's here. So I believe any of them not just fixing to cook suppers. Oh, awesome. John says hello. So I just want to take and see how everybody's doing during their quarantine, as I call it. Their quarantine. And he says, oh yeah, he's saying hello to John. Oh, he's saying hello to Mondo. Come on in here, Isaac. Say hello to everybody. Aunt Jules, now you got to step on in here. Come on in. You can't come in here. Lean in here. This is Isaac. This is Anna's boyfriend. He didn't stick around long. He just got here. We've got hello from Texas. Heather has to start somewhere. Awesome. Glad you're here tonight. We're just talking about what we're doing in the quarantine and kind of some new ideas on this coronavirus. I don't know. There's people out there that go from one direction to the other on this thing. Some people are totally crazy. What do you say to people who want to come and see you? Some people want to come and visit us. Really know what to tell them. I don't worry about it. I don't worry about the corona. I don't worry about this virus. From what I know about viruses, and I've listened to people this week that have kind of reiterated to me what I already knew, what I learned in science class, what I learned in biology. Viruses don't live outside the body. They have to have a host. Unless you're kissing them, French kissing them, I think you're okay. Because, I mean, honestly, if that was the case, and this is I'm stating somebody here who is a pathologist. If that were the case, everybody in the whole world would have AIDS, because they're saying this thing will live up to 5 days outside the body. Come on, viruses need a host. Okay, they do not live outside the body, not for very long. 80-degree weather, 80-degree temperatures will kill this virus. Bleach will kill this virus. I've been working in my garden and glad I'm able to work from home, so that has been awesome. I don't have a job, so I'm not working. I'm just eating and getting fat. I've been working around here, here and there a little bit. But, yeah, I mean, Pam or Brian, I don't know which one of it is their midlife crisis. I wouldn't worry about it. If you wash your hands with soap and water, wash your dishes with, hey y'all, Robertson Belly Acres is here, Heather. You're going to be fine. Use sanitizer, have some sanitizer at the door. I mean, if they're sneezing and snotting, Trebuchet 702 says, oh, it's Pam. Good. All right. Where's Brian at? Is he asleep? I like to know who I'm talking to. But, I wouldn't worry about Pam, honestly. Just take and have you some hand sanitizer. Make sure you guys wash your hands. What we do, when this all thing whole started, I took and I talked about what we do during the flu season. For one, we don't eat out at buffets. He's here too. I'm really clean. Yeah. What we do during the flu season, we use hand sanitizer. We use a gas pump, we use hand sanitizer. We don't eat out at buffets during flu season. Why? People are handling those things one right after another, and the tables and stuff, and most of them restaurants don't use bleach when they clean stuff. I know during flu season, I worked at a restaurant, and every 3 hours, 4 hours, we were taking and replacing the spoons, the serving utensils, because we wanted to keep it clean, and we really did a lot of work cleaning it up. So those type of things, that's what you do during flu season. That's what you do for this. I mean, some of the claims that the media is somebody can sneeze on you and you can get, come on. If they sneeze right in your face, maybe, this thing it's a virus. viruses, and it's not even a strong virus if it'll die in 80-degree temperatures. And this is coming from a pathologist, so come on. I just don't believe everything I'm told. I'm skeptical. When it comes on the TV and the news, the talking heads on TV are talking about it, I just been wearing gloves and keeping my distance when going out and throw them in the wash. Yeah, I posted a deal on Facebook this week. Nicole's in the house. Like everything else, bodily fluids. Yeah, and you have to get them in your body. That's the thing. You have to get them in your body. They were telling people about their beards. It was going around all over the news media. People need to shave their beards. Come on. They need to rethink the lost of who is and who isn't essential. We're on the list as lawn care. Like I said, unless you're French kissing people, you're fine. I mean, really. You know, they were telling people they need to shave their beards because the coronavirus is going to get on your beard and you're going to breathe it in and you'll have it. Come on. I'm just skeptical. And I don't live in fear. I don't. I do not live in fear. This will blow over eventually. Just want to say hi. Have a good cook. All right, Pam. Thank you for stopping in. We really appreciate you guys. I really enjoying some of your videos y'all are putting out. The one with the side by side or that off-road vehicle, that was awesome. So I just don't live in fear. If it's going to get me, it's going to get me. If it don't get me, it don't get me, and I'm okay with that. Whatever God wants is what'll happen. So I'm okay with it. So now that everybody's on here, I'm going to talk about timeless fence. It was probably, man, it was a long time ago. 2011. When did I win that first colt starting challenge? 2011, I think it was. We were at an event in Simple Life Reclaimed in the house to get a better connection. Awesome. You guys are awesome. Oh, you're fine. We were a little early. In 2011, we were at a horse starting, or colt starting challenge that I was competing in at a church in
East Tennessee.
It's in East Tennessee. And we were there, and I had left and came back, and I was backing into a parking spot, and the truck I had did not have really good brakes in reverse. If anybody's ever had, it was a 1972, 71 or 72 Ford pickup, and they have the old drum brakes, and they just don't do well backing up. And I backed into a fence, and I thought, here we go. I'm going to have to fix this fence. And I pulled forward off of it, and when I got out, there was nothing wrong with the fence. So I went over to investigate, and the post was actually a flexible post, which was kind of cool. And I said, where are these? And there was a sign there. So I took and I got the guy's number and called him and talked to him and did a little investigating work on it. And lo and behold, they were right there almost in that same town making these things. And they're made out of rigid PVC. And rigid PVC, it takes 750 degrees to change the molecular structure of rigid PVC. So you would have to take and heat it to 750 degrees before you change the molecular structure of it. I have actually heated them. I've drove them in the ground at an angle because they hit a rock, and I've actually heated them up with a heat gun and then bent them into place and let them cool, and they'll stay there. They have a memory. It's amazing piece. Actually, I got some right here. I didn't plan that, by the way. This is the corner post. This is a 2.5 by 3.5, and it's made out of rigid PVC, and it's actually pretty hard, but it just kind of goes together. I don't know how many of you had Lincoln logs, or what's that other one? I don't know. Erector sets. I keep leaning forward. I'm usually leaning forward. It's like I guess we're buffering. Are we buffering, folks? Are we buffering?
It says poor connection.
Yeah, Tinker Toys. Have I got a poor connection, you guys?
It's good. It's good.
Okay. All right. So this this stuff is very, very rigid.
Move it this way.
It's got a looks good to me. Okay. It's got a 20-year UV protected on the outside. This actually happens to be brown. They have them in white. Here, hold that one, and I'll grab a white one.
Well, it's supposed to be white.
It's supposed to be white. It's dirty. It's been laying in manure. This is an 1 3/4 timeless post, and it's got the white UV protecting on it. It's got a very rigid core, but it's flexible. I have done extensive testing on these. I've driven over them with tractors. I've done all kinds of experiments with these things, and they are awesome. I drove one in the ground in New Zealand and told people to do their worst to it, and they wore that poor post out, but it did not break, and it did not even score. They bent it over the ground. They tried their best to break it off at the ground, but it did not work. So back in 2011, I got in contact with these people, and I did my first job later that year with, they actually were making a 2-inch, actual 2-inch by 2-inch post. And I put my first job in, and then, see, that would have been 2017, 2018, somewhere right in there. It was 2017. We actually, I think me and John, it might have been probably 2017. Me and John actually went and pulled those same posts up and redrove them. So they're very, very sturdy. It's a very good product. And I think Josh, I think this product is in Australia. I think some folks over. I know there's an old boy in New Zealand that has it. Terragate has this product. These are extremely, if you're doing a lot of fencing, they're pre-punched every 3 inches. There's no clips. You can run high tensile through them. It's a 3/8 inch hole, so you can run poly braid. There's this stuff called Hot Shot, which is a vinyl coated wire. Works really good. So we've got a lot of history with this product, and I've used it extensively. And then I started testing it and using it for other things. And I developed a corner that will take, and you can actually hang a regular pipe gate on, which is really cool. And got stuff all over this. So we've done a lot of work with it, and that's why I want to talk about when you're using a product, you're going to sell a product. If it's going to be your side hustle, before you get out there, and sometimes it costs me a lot, but get out there if you really believe in the product. Get out there and use it. Not only just take and use it what it was intended for, but try to do other things with it. That's something that we did with these 1 3/4 posts. I've actually got a video on it, and we actually put together a fence with it, with just these posts. We put a corner together with these and run a light gauge electric wire, and I think it's called Tom's Hog Fence. I think that's the video. I'll try to get it up on the replay, try to get it in the description when I edit. But there's a lot of things you can do with products that you're out there using that you can take and you can modify or change. That way, when people come to you, you got the answers. And that's what I did with Timeless Fence. It's an extremely good product. It lasts a long time, and it can be used for a lot of other things other than just fencing. There's a lot of applications that it can be used for. Gardening, you can take and you can use it in construction. Where's it? This right here. If you want to take and build an earthquake-proof deck on your house, if you want to build an earthquake-proof structure, you can use this right here, because these are flexible, but yet they're strong and they've got a memory. They'll come back they'll come back. So been a lot of good ideas come out of that. So anything that you're looking at, getting into as a side hustle or anything like that, definitely good to know other ways to use. Yeah, you've got to. And we talked to several. It's been a month ago, I guess. We talked about things that have more than one purpose, and I think everything should have more than one purpose. That's just me. If it doesn't have more than one purpose, it's almost a waste, unless it's very, very vital, like toilet paper. Toilet paper is cool. Simple life. What she say? Looks and sounds like sturdy product. Well, we're going to find out. You guys will get firsthand experience in 2 weeks. We will be installing this, and from what I've been told, it is. We're excited to learn more about it. This is probably one of the harshest conditions that we've ever took and installed it in.
Probably,
I mean,
yeah.
Tennessee's bad, but this right here, I'm getting horror stories from people. I'm getting horror stories from people about the caliche. I'm not sure. I've never installed in it before. Let me grab this right here. I'm gonna show.
Caliche is.
This is a core hole driller, core hole drill. Okay, this goes on we've got a piece of equipment that this goes on. It's called an Easy Dig, and this right here is a 2-inch core hole bit, and it will drill through rock. I have drilled it through concrete, blacktop, sandstone, you name it. It's like stone, but we'll get her done. So this little tool right here, I have personally used it. I've got two bits. I've got one machine, and then I'm getting a 4-inch like this. That's going to need some modifications to fit our machine, but we should be able to drill through. May take us a little while. I don't know. We'll see, but we are.
Find out.
we're going to see when we get done. This thing may be short. It has very short teeth on it, but it is a diamond bit tip, and it will dig right through concrete block. I've done it. It is very, very sturdy, and I believe it'll get through the caliche. So, but I still keep getting these horror stories, and it makes me wonder how bad it actually is. So, we'll find out. We do have a jackhammer that's going to be there, and what else? A jackhammer, and I think he's got. I've got some masonry bits where we can drill some pilot holes and stuff like that. Heather, get ready to run into limestone also. Ooh, we've dug through limestone. Like I said, we got a jackhammer, so we'll be good. If there's any earth there at all, we'll get the posts in. The T-posts only have to be in 16 inches. So it's the corner posts and the angle braces that we're really going to have to take and look at. The gate posts got to be in the ground really well and concreted in. So we'll see how that goes. I wish we were building it on our place because we have no rock. I try to look at the bright side on things. It's going to take some doing, but we'll get her done. Yeah. That I keep trying to look at the bright side. Desi's. Hey guys, yeah. Our place has no rock, and I take and I look at it and I go, it's going to be hard building stuff, but it's going to be real easy building fence. And I don't think we've ever done a fence job where it was easy, have we? It's always just been jackhammer, busting rock, going and getting a bobcat, and we've put up fence in every kind of situation. So on our place, when we start to do it, it's going to be almost. I'm going to feel bad, like it should be harder or something. But anyway, so we got a few more people in. What's everybody who's come in? How are y'all doing? with your quarantine? Everybody doing okay? Got plenty of toilet paper? We went shopping here the other day, and there are stores that have it. Walmart still didn't have it. I don't know what's going on with Walmart.
You have to be there early to get
Early.
Yeah.
But we service, this Walmart here services Simple Life. Remember, smashed. Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
We service this Walmart here. There's only 7 grocery type department type stores on the Navajo reservation. And last, I think it was 840,000 square acres or miles. I don't know. I'd have to look it up again. But we service the whole Navajo. They either go to Gallup or Farmington or Cortez, and Cortez is really small. And
3 groceries.
that's 3 Walmarts. That's basically it. There's 2 in Farmington, so 4. And everybody from Arizona, Utah. I mean, when you go to Utah, there's nothing until you get to Blanding. Blanding doesn't even have a Walmart, does it?
No.
So, and we're talking from here, that's like 160,
Something like
165 miles. So you have all those people, and it's sparsely, populated, but still, there's still a lot of people. What is it?
on this thing. Since I've got whiskey for the vaccine.
So I'm good. Do what you got to do, brother. Do what you got to do. There's no TP for miles out here. Haven't seen any in weeks.
Ooh.
I've done some fencing in rough ground. We used air drill to get through the rock. Yeah, we've used air drills and jackhammers, but honestly, the electric ones worked better than any of them. I don't know if we just had a bad jackhammer or not. Jonathan, my nephew's on here. He's run a jackhammer until he couldn't take and unclench his fists building fence. We've had some bad experiences building fence, but that's why I'm so old. I tell people it's not the age, it's the miles. We've got a lot of miles, but so these Walmarts here, they service a lot of people. So if you're going to get something, you got to get in there when they stock it, because there's people waiting in line. Some of these people come to town 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, just so they can get back home at a decent time. And somebody's over here shooting. As long as no bullets land over here, I'll be all right. If they do, then we may have to start shooting back. Did y'all happen to know the twin brother missionaries in Farmington? I think their last name started with C. They ministered Navajo Nation. I don't know. Don't know about that one.
Snake season.
Snake season. They may be shooting at snakes. I kind of doubt it. Sometimes they just get out here and just shoot up. I think they just shoot for no reason. But we used to do that when we was younger, just so the neighbors knew that we could shoot. We've lived in some bad neighborhoods, but bad parts of the country. We've lived in the sticks. So, yeah, we've got everything we need. We're still kicking, still taking and eating good. We ain't run out of groceries yet.
No.
Sometimes you got to remind them. Yeah, Mondo sneaking in, primping. He's primping over here.
All right. Okay.
Oh, I just spilled my tea.
All right. See you guys.
Oh,
You leaving?
Yeah.
See you later.
All right. See
Be
you.
careful.
Tell Aunt Jewel and John bye.
All right. Bye. Okay.
Last time I got anything that was related was 2-ply napkins.
Oh no.
I don't understand the whole thing. I mean, we got plenty of old T-shirts. We've got tons of clothes in here. We've got yard sale clothes in here. We could cut up. No, not the tea, John says. I didn't spill it all. I was shaking my leg and bouncing my leg and spilt my tea. It had more in it than I thought it did. Well, we've got plenty of clothes we can take and use for toilet paper, so I wasn't too worried about it. If we don't get any more, we'll be all right.
Just gotta make sure you wash it.
Wash it. Ew. There is this one family I watched. I think it's penny pinchers or cheapskates or something, and they give their family like 3 napkins a day, and then they use that napkin and they use it for their hands. They use it for their face to wash up, and she cuts it out of material, and then they use it as toilet paper, and they have to wash it. And the kids, I think there was like 4 or 5 kids, and they were washing it. So, yeah,
I know.
I'm not that I'm not that frugal yet. I kind of like toilet paper and paper towels. And when I cook,
He'll use the whole roll.
I will use a whole roll of paper towels. Now that sounds nasty. You know what's funny? I was looking online for a joke, and they are sold. They started only letting a few people in at a time at our local Walmart and Sam's Club, and I said, yeah. Oh my God! Yeah, they do sell them. They do sell them. Oh, that's funny stuff. Yeah. Crikey. Oh me. Whew. I told you we liable to talk about anything tonight. Oh, but we got 2 weeks before the fencing weekend.
The fencing party.
The fencing party. The Homestead Rescue. Make sure you guys bring water if you're coming. Make sure you bring some type of food, just as a backup. We're probably going to do weenie roast one night. I know Susan is counting on feeding some people. Want a good laugh? Look on YouTube for Shit and Mittens commercial. Thank me later.
Oh, no.
I heard the Walmart in Lebanon is only letting 10 people in at a time. Ew. Yee.
I know there was a line today when I went by Walmart outside.
Well, they were taking and making you walk. I think they've tried to institute it kind of like break you into it kind of slow, because they were making lanes where you could go into the store when we went the other day.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're limiting people back.
Even at Dollar General and Family Dollar, only 5 people at a time.
I was in O'Reilly's and they were only letting 5 people in the store at a time. So
yeah,
crazy. I'll have to look that up. Mel. Oh, that's funny stuff. Oh, you got me cracked up now. I ain't gonna be able to think. But we got 2 weeks, and you can still get our I rednecked it stickers at our Etsy shop. I do apologize. We had the wrong address up there. I'm not sure what address it was, but we did have the wrong address on some of our videos. On our more current videos, I put the correct address on there. And you can go on our Etsy shop and you can look at our I rednecked it stickers. It's a thumbs up. I rednecked it High Desert Homestead. They are $4.99, I think.
$4.99.
And Mel and them, they got theirs, and they viewed it on a video and put it on their wheelbarrow. Thank you. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I put it on my latest project, and you guys will get to see that here in another. I should have it out by Wednesday or Friday. I go through times. I don't know if anybody else is like this. How many of you out there have YouTubes? I know In the Yard, Heather has started somewhere. I know Gary Mel, Simple Life Reclaimed. I go through times where I really love to edit, and then I go through times where, man, it's just hard to edit video. It's just like, it's like I can't get into it. I can't focus. I don't know. Are you in West?
It said it's in the same in Australia.
The same in Australia? Wow. It's the same in Australia. They're limiting people, and like I said, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the end game is, but I just don't believe the hype. I really, really don't. Something else is going on, and there's conspiracy theorists out there that are saying, you know, that it's because of this and it's because of that, and it's 5G, and folks, 5G's been around for a long time. People have been using it for a long time. Most of your routers in your house are 5G. Let's think about it practically. Let's think about it with a little bit of, you know, common sense, and really look at what's going on, and just don't buy into all the hype. Don't live in fear. I seen a meme the other day that said there was this person on the phone says, I want to report someone who's not living in fear. And that's what they want. They want to scare you into giving up your rights, and we've already done it. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. When this is over, they're not going to give our rights back. The rights that they've taken, the ability to shut down sporting events, the ability to shut down our stores, the ability to shut down travel, to keep people locked in their houses over something that has a 98% recovery rate. Come on. They're not going to give back our rights. Grab my tinfoil crown. I just have been doing unedited a lot of my daily videos. I wish I could, but I sneeze a lot on my videos, and I have to edit it out. I look at the recovers and ignore the country stats. Yeah, you know, I just don't buy into all the hype. You know, have some common sense about it. Do your due diligence, and don't live in fear. That's what I'll take and tell you. I'm not a bit worried about the virus. I am concerned about the country, the politicians, the news media. I'm worried about what, you know, they're doing to older people, how they're scaring folks. I mean, we watched a video, and it was straight up. Was it New York or Chicago? The guy had COVID and he dove off of the roof.
Oh, it was New York.
It was New York, and somebody took and videoed it. He had the COVID, and he thought he was going to die, and jumped off a roof to his death. So
it was a tall building. It
was a very tall building.
Oh,
so it's, you know, that's what living in fear does. When you live in fear, you have no hope. And fearing, there's a scripture in Revelations. I'm having a brain freeze as far as the scripture. I think it's Revelations 10. It says that the fearful and the unbelieving are going to have their part in the lake of fire with the whoremongers and the thieves and the murderers. Fear, when you live in fear, that paralyzes you. And when you take and you're paralyzed, then you don't act when God tells you to. Therefore, you don't believe God. I believe what God says. John says 21:8. Okay, yeah. I'm really bad about.
The simple life says the Lord commands us, fear not.
That's right. That's right. So fear leads to disobedience, and disobedience is a sin. The fearful and the unbelieving. If you don't believe God will take care of you regardless, it's not. You don't believe God. You don't believe what God said. Did God say? That's the very original sin. They didn't believe God. So we can't live in fear. We just have to do what God commands us to do, whatever that is, day to day. And that's why people have asked, you know, are we still having the fencing? Yeah. God laid it on my heart, so I can't back up. Unless the National Guard stops me on the interstate and says, go home, then I may try to find an alternate route. If I can get into Arizona, I'll be fine. And it's not that far. I can go the back way. I know some back roads between here and there. We'll get there. So I'm not really worried about it. So we are not fearful of the COVID. I've been joking around. It might have the COVID on it. We talk about bringing stuff home, and I kind of joke about it. And you know, you have to find lightheartedness in these times, and you have to joke around. People, you know, people are offended. Yeah, it's sad. People are dying. People die every day. That doesn't stop me from having my joy. My joy is a virtue. It's not about what's happening around me. Happiness and joy are two different things. Happiness is based upon happenstance. It comes from the word happening. It's either happening or it's not. Joy is a virtue. It's something you possess deep down inside you. It is a fruit of the Spirit. If you have the Spirit of God within you, then you have joy. And in the worst of times, you will have joy. When my grandpa died, we were all gathered around there and we were all cutting up and laughing, and he was laying there. He had died just hours before I got there, and some of the people that were there witnessed him take his last breath. And the nurse was there, and she was just staring at us. She was just staring at us in disbelief, going, I can't believe you guys are cutting up. And I said, if he was still alive, that's what he'd be doing. Mm-hmm. If he could, that's what he'd be doing. I said, you know, he's cutting up in heaven now. And we were cutting. We were just joking and laughing, and you know, and there's our grandfather dead on his bed, and you know, we just had a good time, like we normally would. Why? Because we have the joy that comes from the Spirit of the God being on the inside of us. That's the way it works.
Yeah, simple.
That's right. The world can't take my joy because it didn't give it to me. Yep. I think one of my friends wants to join the fence build. I'll have him RSVP. If he's coming with you guys' mail, that's fine. You can go ahead and give him that, and you can give him my email too. That's fine. But if he's coming with you guys, it'd be great. We have been on here almost an hour. We enjoy being outside. We have been so cooped up, and for those of you who do not live in a trailer, in a tiny place, a tiny home, when it starts warming up, you go outside. I would rather take and fight mosquitoes out here than be inside that trailer looking at the same four walls. I'll tell you, when I messed my knee up and I had to lay in that bed and on that couch and watch 4 channels on TV, I about went insane. I had to get out of that house. He'll probably take his own vehicle, but he'll come to, okay, that's awesome. Great. Awesome. Once it warms up, we're outside. We love living outside. We love cooking outside. So far we've cooked outside, what, 3-4 times? 3 times in the last week. Yeah. Cooked outside 3 times. I had pork one night. We cooked hot dogs, cooked hamburgers. We cooked something else too. What was it? I don't know what we cooked. Sometimes I just like to fire up the grill. Sit there beside the fire and look at it.
Crackle.
Hear it crackle. If anybody's seen my post on Instagram, we all need fresh air, good for the body and the soul. Amen. Yes. Oh, Tundra Jason. Well, sure. Come on. We need all the strong backs we can get. And that's the other thing about timeless fence. Now that I said that, it brought back this material's light. I told you guys I'm sporadic.
Squirrel.
Timeless fence is light. It's none of the materials are heavy. If you guys go over to Blissful Acres Off-Grid Homestead, they put up a video of the guy pulling off the material for all 7 acres except for the wire. Well, I actually have the wire here with me because I could pick it up cheaper here. It was on one pallet and he pulled it off by hand. So that'll tell you for 7 acres of ground how light this material is, but it's really sturdy. I think people are going to be really surprised. Yeah. And if you want to go over and check out Timeless Fence, You know, anybody that's looking to buy it, I can sell it to them, and I can actually take and help them out a little bit on the price. But go over to Timeless Fence Systems, or Timeless Fence YouTube channel, and I actually have a commercial on there. I did a commercial. I've done a little bit of everything. I did a commercial for them, infomercial. So that's about all we're doing. I don't want to spoil the video that's coming up with this project we've been doing. I'm calling it the project. I don't want to spoil it, so I don't want to say nothing about it. I will say that we got blessed. I was talking about it. Can I give a hint? I'll give a hint.
You give it away.
I won't give it away. I was talking about this particular thing on the last live stream, and we got blessed. So that's all I'm gonna say about it. And if you figure it out, you figure it out. If not, you'll have to wait till next week. But we've had fun working on this project, and we've had fun taking and enjoying it.
Yeah.
We'll watch out. We're gonna talk. We're gonna say what it is. Of course, you already know. You talked to Mom. Question for the fence building party. We'll be vlogging. Do we have a video post date? No, not yet. We'll talk about that down there. And I'm actually going to do a live stream as long as I have good signal down there. Like a kid at Christmas. Yeah. If we have good and we can all join in. We can all do a live stream down there. As long as I got good signal, as long as I've got good 4G on my phone, we can vlog from anywhere. We can take and do a live stream from anywhere. So we are going to take and do one. I think they have satellite internet, and if they do, I know they have Verizon tower, so I think we're good down there. But we'll talk about the release date, talk about some of the things that needs to be in there, and I'll supply you guys with some timeless fence artwork and that sort of thing, so you can kind of put it on there. And I'll probably have Anna put together something sponsored by Timeless Fence, because they really helped us out on this deal. I really want to give them a shout out. And if you want to, you can go on over. Hey, finally made it. Hey, Susan, Rob, we've been talking about you. Are your ears burning? Bye, all. Stay safe and go. All right, Josh, I appreciate you, man. We're praying for you every day. Keep us in your prayers, and get going and get growing. Crappy internet. Oh no. I'm hoping we can do a live stream from there. How's your cell signal there? Susan, is it pretty good there or not? Yes. I'm not sure what that means. Yes, they we.
Yes, so we.
Is that French? Yes, they three. Yes, three we. 3G. It's a guessing game. Everybody put their guess on there. Where? Yes, three. What?
3 where?
I don't know. I'm lost, Susan. We've been cracking up all night. It's hard for me to stay serious. I'm sorry, guys. Wi-Fi.
Oh, I thought it said something else.
Wi-Fi. Three bars. Okay. Awesome. Okay, 3 bars. So we should. Three blind mice. Hey, Taylor's in the house. 3 blind mice. Blind leading the blind. Susan, you've cracked us up. 3 billy goats grub. Susan, you've cracked us up. Oh, thank you. We needed that. Having a clue before we laugh out loud. 3 bars. This
Oh my
week
God,
is
I want to choke on my teeth.
this weekend's gonna be fun, y'all. It's gonna be fun. Bitcoin hey, Bitcoin. Glad you're here tonight. We've been at it about an hour. I know the time frame does get folks, and the Streamlabs doesn't do a notification, so you just have to go to our homepage and it'll show up there. Laugh is the best medicine. Yeah,
it's true.
that's what it says. Laughter does good like a medicine.
Mm-hmm.
2 bars now. Okay. Do you guys have Susan? Do you guys have HughesNet, or do you just do data through your phone? I'm not sure what you have there. Does anybody out there have AT&T? Excuse me.
Uh-oh.
I'm getting sleepy.
7 o'clock.
It's 7 o'clock. It's my life. Blissful, do you have 4G there? Verizon. So you just have the phone. Okay. Did we miss one?
Yeah, Bitcoin says, what do you guys know about Witch Well?
Witch Wells. That's where our place is at. Our place is in Witch Wells.
4 miles.
We are 4 miles off of a hard packed dirt road. We're 9 miles off of Blacktop.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys do for Wi-Fi? My phone will do 4G, but it won't stream. AT&T will do Wi-Fi, but it will not stream. And there is always HughesNet. If you can get somebody else out there, Exceed is better than HughesNet. They both use kind of the same system, but for whatever reason, we've had better luck. We've done HughesNet and Exceed in the past, and Exceed was just it was almost like regular high-speed data. Is the well good? There is no well there at our place. You're looking at Witch Wells Estates. I have no clue. I haven't checked into that. We actually live on the west side of 191. Yeah. That's where our homestead's at. We don't live there yet.
We're going to live there.
Is HughesNet slow? HughesNet is not as reliable. Exceed.
What
Mike has HughesNet, and you can. I'm just gonna. I think it's like $156 a month for the highest high speed you can get. After that, they throttle you down. Mel and Gary, they know more about HughesNet than I do. Blissful, 4 kilobytes. Is that what you guys got? You can get water from the Commonwealth. I don't know. I don't know anything about that. The Witch Wells, I think it's called North Witch Wells. That's a subdivision. That's a little bit different than where we're at. We're in West Witch Wells.
There's no running water there. There's no well.
There's
there.
no where we're at. There's no wells.
No water.
There's not a whole lot. We have HughesNet. It's going pretty quick here. It is low, but we will upgrade. Okay. It is good and bad days. We're using our cell signal down the road right now. Today is a bad day for it. Where do you get your water from? We carry it. You can go to St. John's and get water, which is about 40 miles away. Yes, you guys did. You guys did a review on HughesNet. I remember watching it. And you said something about it using data real quick. But Bitcoin, you can go to St. John's. I have been told that you can get it at the chapter house in Sanders. It's on the reservation, but you can buy water there. And also, I do have the information. If not, I can get it again next time we go down there. There's a guy who will come out and deliver water to your place if you have good roads, which we are working on. But if you buy a place that already has an established road, established driveway, they will deliver to you. It's like 200 and everybody I've talked to, it's between 2 and 250 depending on how many gallons they bring you, and I think that's 2,500 gallons. So you got to have a pretty good sized tank for them to come out. And a 2,500 gallon tank is about $1 a gallon. So we've looked at the 2,500 gallon tanks at Home Depot, and they're $2,500. So
Wow.
for the big tanks, so you can get by. I mean, the average household can get by a week on about 300 gallons. Now that's not your drinking. That's just your washing dishes, your bathing. On the desert, you have to learn that water is precious, and you don't take and just waste it. So you know, hand washing, dishwashing, taking baths, that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's kind of expensive. It's about $156. We have a well to fill up water bottles for the workshop. Yeah. Add rainwater catchment to help out on it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can you check some roads for me if I pay you? You bet. We can check out some roads for you. We go check out some properties for you if you want us to. We ain't doing nothing here. Not much. That will be nice to have for yourself. Yeah. Where is yours? I'll let them answer,
Yeah.
but they are near Kingman, so they're way west. They're over towards Kingman. They're about 45 minutes to an hour west of Gary and Mel. I think they're at Simple Life Reclaimed. So yeah, it's, oh my Jesus, somebody's shooting an automatic. Boom, 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 boom. Wow, I used 5,000 gallons last month, but that's the city slicker life with a pool and lots of grass. Yes, we are in Apache County. Yeah. We have friends, you can check out they don't have very many videos up. It's called Painted Desert. They've been out there for 3 years.
Yeah. And
they've been living out there off grid for 3 years. They have solar and they carry water. So, and like I said, it all really depends on, it really depends upon how much livestock you have. Our horses will drink during the summer, they'll drink 500 gallons a week.
Yeah.
And then we'll use about 500 gallons a week. So we'll use, 52,000 gallons a year. Is that right? 5,200 gallons a year. I can't do math this late in the day. How much is it? 1,000 gallons a week is 52. Is that 52,000 gallons? That's with the horses. So if we use 500 gallons and they use 500 gallons, that's 1,000 a week. Where is your? There is no issues with RV. No, that's good math.
Is that supposed to be funny?
I don't know if that's funny or not. No, you can camp out as long as you want to. The only issue that they might have with you is what you're doing with your gray water, and or your black water. Your black water is what comes out of your kitchen sink, and you can get a permit for an outhouse. You can get permits for composting toilets, and I have been told at the county you can take and compost your black water out of your kitchen sink. It will help compost. You got me. My math left me at 7 a.m. with that shot of whiskey. Oh, they got the gates. Did you guys go with a 10 and a 12? And did you get the bolt through gate pins? That's my two questions.
It's getting chilly.
It is getting chilly. The sun is going down, and therefore it is chilly. Chilliness is happening. Or as we like to say, it's getting nipply. Painted Desert is near you guys. They are our next door neighbors.
Mm-hmm. They're back.
You started way early, Jason. Well, when you ain't got to go to work, you can start earlier in the day. Oh, I'm having too much fun, you guys. We've been on here a little over an hour. So I hope I answered.
What's our elevation?
Our elevation is 6,600 feet. I've got an app on my phone, and I downloaded it. I don't have it on there now. I had it on there. And you can walk up. I walked up to the highest point on our on our homestead, and we were at 6,637 feet. Indeed, I did. That shot was with my second cup of coffee. Ew. Oh my Lord. Levi says hi. Awesome.
Is it windy all the time?
Not really. It's not that windy. We have a lot of trees, which really helps us where we're
Like
at.
the wind, yeah.
So you had an Irish coffee. That's what I call it. We have trees, so it's not as bad windy. If you have nothing, if you have no trees, you're gonna get blown away. But up where we're at, we've got so many trees around, it really slows it down. Is it getting warm? Yes, it is. It's getting warm in the day. You have the windmill too? No, we do not have a windmill. There are windmills around there, and I'm not sure. The estimates that I've been getting is everywhere between $3,000 and $30,000 to drill a well. If you're lucky enough to hit water at like 150 feet, you're looking at about $3,000, $3,000 to $4,000. But if you're looking at going down 750 feet, you're looking at $30,000, and you have got to have roads put in. So it's a lot more than just $30,000. You have to be able to get a deep well driller into that area to drill, and that is extensive where we're at, because it is super sandy. Go over and look at infrastructure on the homestead. One of the videos I put up like 2 or 3 weeks ago, or 2 weeks ago, and check it out. Super sandy. Good price for 40 acres. Anywhere between 10 and 17,000, depending on what they have. Eric at Landopia did have 40 acres in closer to Sanders that he sold for like 17,000, and it had a well next door. So I'm not sure what the well was. When you get off of the bluff, and that's kind of what they call it out there where we're at. We're on the bluff. And when you get off the bluff in either direction, they had a lot of uranium, what's it called? Contamination. I'm getting tired. When I start talking a lot, I get tired. But they had a lot of uranium contamination, and when you get off the bluff, you will find uranium and different stuff in the water, so you have to get it tested. And some of it's real minerally. It's got salt in it, it's got sulfur in it, it's got different things in it. So you just have to have it tested, but you can grow stuff with it for sure. Are the pinon trees still doing well on land? Yes, they are.
There's a lot of water out there.
We're getting a lot of water. Was there something before that? Lisa Lee's in the house. First time I've ever seen you. Glad you're here tonight. Question, so off the top of your head, who all can you expect to meet at the meetup? We're excited to meet y'all. Tell your wife here at my Costco they had piñons for $21 for a half a pound.
Oh my God.
Yes, we do have piñons. So the meetup, we're going to be there. On an even kill said he was going to be there. Tin Lizzie, I think, is going to be there. You guys are going to be there. Of course, Blissful Acres Off Grid Homestead's going to be there. I'm not sure. I would have to go back and look. A lot of people contacted me, and I gave them the information, but I haven't went back and looked.
What about that guy that's coming from Tennessee?
That's Tin Lizzie.
Oh.
Tin Lizzie's coming. He's coming all the way from Tennessee. He's going to be there. So I think we're going to have quite a few folks there, and share it around. We still got 2 weeks, guys. If there's people out there that that would love to come and learn about how to fence with this product, and just get together and meet us, and meet everybody. I kind of, when people want to meet me, I'm like, maybe they do, maybe they don't. But we'll have a good time. It's going to be a good time of fellowship and food and fencing and just getting to meet folks that we haven't met yet. We've seen you guys on YouTube and really want to take and meet I don't see Painted Deserts channel. I'll have to look that up. We do. You want to meet us? Is a multi-day thing, right? Camp out stuff? Yes.
Yes.
It's going to be a multi-day. Where we are going to go down early on Friday. So we'll be there Friday night. We're going to get started early Saturday morning. I may do some preliminary stuff, marking out where the posts are going to go on Friday evening. And then Saturday, we are going to just jump in there and do as much as we can do. Have lunch and just get right back at it. It is going to be a long day. I'll work as long as I can. We'll be there Sunday. We're going to have a campfire on Saturday night and probably have one on Sunday night as well. But y'all are more than welcome to come camp out. You can dry camp. There is a shower. You can bring a camper if you want to. You can bring tents. There's bathrooms, there's showers. It's just a 4-day deal. I mean, you don't have to shower if you don't want to. Bring a tent or camper. Dry camping, no hookups. Yeah, there's no hookups. But if you got a tank on your camper, make sure you bring drinking water. Drinking water and toilet paper if you're coming. Because there is no toilet paper out there, and you want to bring plenty of water. We want to have plenty of water. We're going to bring plenty of water, but if everybody brings water, then we know that everybody's covered. And I'm one of those people that has a really hard time drinking other sources of water than what I've been used to. It kind of messes with my digestive system. So I'm bringing plenty of water. It's all good with us. We'll bring the trailer. Should we leave the kids at home?
It's up to you.
It's up to you. I think if they want to come, there's going to be other kids there. I think you'd be fine. Plenty of trees around swapping by. A bathroom and a shower. We have plenty of water. How hot can it get in the peak heat? We were down there in July at our place several days in July, and it never got above 90. And then at night, because we're at 6,600 feet, it gets cool. So, it cools back down. It's going to get 20, sometimes 30 degrees cooler at night. So you'll drop down in the 60s at night. Campfire is really nice, even in July and August. We've been down there in July and August, and it's not that bad. It cools down at night. That's one of the reasons that we bought where we bought, is because of that. Is because it cools off at night. Winter is a little long down there. We got snow, 2 weeks ago? 3 inches of snow 2 weeks ago. So, just to give you a 80s and 90s great at night. There are mosquitoes and gnats.
Yeah, gnats.
We'll fill our trailer water tank before we come. About the mosquitoes. Yes, there's mosquitoes. Gnats. There are whole fogs of gnats. The citronella candles work really good for them, or you can just burn a cow chip fire. Cow chip fire works really good. You have to sit around it.
Big gnats? No, biting gnats.
Yeah, biting gnats. Not really. They just get in your face. They want to get in your face.
Up your nose.
Up your nose. So building a gnat fire, what we call smudge fire, really helps. We've been down there and we fought the gnats. And certain times of year there are flies. There's cattle in the area, so there are flies. And like I say, if you have citronella candles or if you have a smudge fire, you're all right. If you didn't have a place to get in out of it.
Okay, not the gnarly bite ones.
They didn't bite us. Gnats didn't bite us. The flies will bite you, but that's it. We didn't see very many. We seen a few bees, a few honeybees, a few waspers. Seen some horse hornets. First one thing another, but yeah. For the RV, okay. I guess
for TV.
Susan meant RV. Pretty sure.
I like to see that one.
She's gonna crack us up again. Kind of fly, horse fly. No, they're what's called face flies. They try to get right in your face. They're everywhere in Arizona. If you live in Arizona, I don't care if you live up here where in Tis Naspas, Arizona, or you live in Phoenix. there's face flies. They get on your face. But it, like I said, citronella candles, fly spray, allowed big dangers. Oh, Susan's gonna crack us up again. Oh, the sun is going down here. The light is going away. Dangerous. So we are going to take and we're going to call it an evening. I'm getting hungry.
Well, Anna's cooking.
Anna is cooking. So we'll get us something to eat. Been on here over an hour. My voice, when I talk for over an hour like this, gets all raspy, and I'm
horsey.
I'm horsey. I'm horsey. We've been on here too long. We appreciate you guys.
What's this FF? What's the FF?
I don't know. I don't know. Good night, y'all. Have a blessed time. Hey, bye, Jewel.
Love you, Jewel.
Appreciate you guys. We will take and we'll have one more live stream before we go. We'll cover all this again. We'll talk about something else. Probably going to be talking about the project that we did this week, next week. It's been wonderful to talk with y'all. Really can't wait for our next video. We'll meet y'all in person. Good night. Been good to see y'all.
Guys.
Heather, appreciate you being here. Love you guys. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. That you guys take time out to come visit us on a Saturday night and be with us. We hope that people learn something. Know that that we're here for you. Email us, call us, anytime, day or night. We're here for you. And God bless, and we'll see you down the road.
Good night, everybody.
If I can get this thing to quit.